Alright guys, this is going to be a video on how to fix your loose mirrors. It happens over time on your M3, and then if you've got coilovers or something along those lines, when you hit bumps it's a little bit stiffer than stock and the mirrors get the moving around on you, kind of annoying after a while. So both sides on mine were pretty loose. I just touched up the driver's side here, and she's tight now. There's no more play to it. So I'll just do a quick DIY here and how to do it. It's real easy. You don't need much to do it. It only takes a couple seconds. No need to buy a new mirror. I was reading on forums that dealers were replacing the whole mirrors, etc., and that's just too much. So I got a 10 mil here, Torx, little flathead, and something else there, just a pry kind of screwdriver thing. Well, to start, if you just pull this thing out, there's one little clip there, pulls out just enough to be able to get this thing off. There's a little pop clip in the top part. If you just give it a nice pull, hopefully not break it. Oh, there it goes. So once you pop the top one out, there's another one down in there. You can't really see it. Oh, but yeah, it's kind of slotted. You got to pull up on this thing now, and then it'll come out. See how that one's slotted there? It goes inside that, and it pushes down, so you pull it up and then out, and then you won't break it, and you can put it back together the same way you took it apart. It's always nice to buy a car that's been taken apart properly the first time for things, and not taking stuff apart and finding broken clips and everything else all over the place. So if you do it properly, that helps. Alright, so you got your two 10mm nuts here. Let's crack these loose first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang the mirror over the door of the car. So I'm going to grab a microfiber towel from the good old garage. And we'll just set it underneath of it when we take it off, so we don't scratch up our paint. Alright, so once you crack them loose, these things will come out by hand, no problem. Don't lose them, don't drop them down in the door card, otherwise you have to take that off to get them back. Alright, now that those are out, you just gotta wiggle and pull. There's a little bit of a seal there to keep the moisture out. So now I've broken it open. The seal's there. Now see this wire? These are the wires that go to the mirror. There's this rubber grommet here that keeps the moisture from entering inside the car. So what you've got to do is just kind of take a screwdriver or something and just pop the rubber grommet in so that you can pull the mirror out the other side. Oh, if you got that there. Alright, now we can pull the mirror out. So I'm gonna set the phone down here. I'm gonna put the microfiber towel underneath the mirror as I set it down against the car here. 1 second. Alright, so you can see what I've done here is just wedge that kind of in between so that it's not sitting on the paint. Alright, now there's this styrofoam piece in here that comes out. You just give it a gentle pull. It should come out. And try not to break it up. Now see those little Torx screws there? Let me see if I can get to them. Where am I fucking here? Okay, there. So on this side, it's not as loose as it was on the other side, but it's the inner one down there that's loose. I don't know if I can get a video of it. I can't hold the thing. There you go, you see it moving? So you just gotta give those a tighten up. There's a little bit of corrosion in there from everything else, but the outside of the mirror, it's actually a common spot on the M3s for the mirrors to go bad right here. Mine's actually in real good shape, although there's a little bit of some corrosion there on the inside. Yeah, it should be alright. I don't have the... Oh, I've got the air compressor. I guess I could blow it out, but it'll be alright. Just for this video, I'll just show you here anyway. So, once you've got this done to that point, you just pull up on that. So I've pulled this out a little bit more so that I can tilt this up enough to get to these Torx screws here. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten them. I'm gonna set down the camera here. Let's give these a little tighten. All right, now that those are tightened up, no more play in the mirror here. Reverse installation here. So we grab our little styrofoam piece here, just kind of press it back into where it goes. You want to make sure you reuse this. I mean, this thing, well, as you can see, is supposed to keep out all the water and elements so it doesn't corrode in there, but that's life on a car that's almost 15 years old. So anyways, so to pop it back up into place, what you've got to do here is, I don't know if I can wedge this thing so you can fucking kind of see. Well, I'll set it here, and then if you can see, you can see. If you can't, you can't. I'll show you afterwards, but gotta pick the mirror up now, pull this back just a little bit, pull the rubber grommet back inside the car. And then this part, just to get that thing, make sure you get it seated properly when you take it out, that the rubber grommet's sealed properly. So you just gotta take your time and use a little screwdriver or something and pull it out and make sure that it's in there correctly. Alright, as you can see now, I've just worked it with the screwdriver there, and it's properly sealed on there, both sides. I don't know if you can see. Anyways, it's properly sealed, so next thing we're going to do is just line the mirror back up into its holes, just like so. Grab the nuts that we took out, or bolts, whatever. I gotta put this thing like this. Always hand start them in there so that you know you're not cross-threading them if you ever want to take them out and put them back on again properly. Like I said, do things proper so when someone else buys a car, you know, shit's not fucking haggard. I've been pretty lucky with this car, but you know, sometimes you buy a car and you take stuff apart and you start finding all the little things that people have done, and you're like wondering who the fuck works on this freaking thing, because everything's half-assed or fucking done incorrectly. Make sure you flip your ratchet back onto the fucking Titan side. Oh, so I've done what I said not to do, and that's drop the 10 mil inside the door card. Lucky for me, I've got a little fucking magnet here, and we're gonna retrieve that so I don't have to go all the way on the inside. And oh, hey, see? Make sure you have one of these things. You would not believe how many times the thing has come in handy. I love it. Alright. Get that thing started by hand. Now these things, you don't need to reef them down. I mean, just a good, you know, German girl Guten tight. It doesn't have to be fucking torque to fucking all hell. And there you go. Now the thing doesn't fucking move. So when you're riding, oh, I forgot to put this back. So when you're riding on your coils, you know, your mirror's not bouncing around. And then to put this thing back in, same thing. So you just pull this out, that one clip there, you can push it back in after. Pop that one clip out. Bottom part here, you gotta slide it in and then push it down, and then the top part goes in. So you got that in there, push it down. You heard it go down, you heard it snap, and then finally that one. And then give that a good tap back into place. Make sure here on the outside, there's another seal. Just make sure this is pushed in behind here, all the way down. There we go. All right. Get the tools out of the car. Close the door. And that's it. No more clanking. No more mirror bouncing all over the place when you're hitting bumps because your car's lowered. All right. If you guys need any help or any questions or anything, let me know. I don't usually do this, but I make the occasional video here or there when I'm gonna take on a small job that's kind of annoying and, you know, whatever. Anyways, take her easy.